Okay, what's going on everybody? Nick here. Today I'm going to show you how to do a basic meal prep. If you're new to fitness and dieting and everything, this is a good video to show you how to get started in a quick and easy way so you're not like in the kitchen all day long. And if you're experienced to dieting and cooking your own food, this is just a way to show you how to do things a little bit quicker. So basically what I'm cooking today is steak, chicken breast, and rice. And I have frozen vegetables, so I'm not prepping any vegetables. So those are the three I'm cooking, and I'm using my rice cooker for the rice, obviously. I'm gonna boil the chicken breast on the stove, and then I have an air fryer for the steak. So we're gonna try to get all of this done in around 30 minutes. Hopefully under 30 minutes, that's the goal. Everything is super easy to prep because you're not really like sauteing anything, or there's nothing like that. It's just boil. Basically, it's a lot of waiting, but you got to time it properly. So first we're gonna start by boiling the chicken because that'll take the longest. And then after we get the chicken boiling, we're going to get the steak in the air fryer, and then we're gonna put the rice on the in the rice cooker. All right, so we're gonna try to get this done in 30 minutes, starting now. If you have the chicken thawed, that'll save you a lot of time. Probably about like 5 or 10 minutes worth of boiling. And if you don't have it, not a big deal. So we're just gonna get the water boiling. You can fill it up about halfway. It depends how much chicken you want to boil also. I'm putting in about 10 pieces of chicken breast. So too much water and it's going to overflow, not enough water. It's, I don't know what'll happen, but just don't do it. Okay, so now, very simple. Put the chicken into the water. So you might be thinking, why am I boiling the chicken? It's not going to have any flavor. It's going to taste like shit. And I'm doing that because I like to add sauces instead of seasoning. Because my theory is chicken breast can get very boring very quickly, right? But if you switch up the sauce every few days, then it kind of tricks your mind into thinking that you're eating something other than chicken breast. For example, like if I have barbecue sauce on my chicken breast for Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and then Tuesdays and Thursdays I have ketchup or honey mustard, then it's a little less boring. So that's my theory. All right, so the chicken is on. Just gonna pop the top. That usually takes about 20 minutes. So it's best to get that started as soon as possible. So now we're gonna get the steak. Okay, next for the steak, I don't marinate it because I'm lazy. But if you want to marinate it, by all means, go for it. So I like to put this paper down because it's easier to wash when you're done. So we got 4 big boys here. This is looking pretty juicy. So with these, my whole sauce theory that I have with the chicken, I don't have that same theory with the steak. So I do like to hit it with a little bit of it's like a salt, pepper, garlic mix. Not too much, just a little bit. Just to give it a little something. And then, yeah, there we go. And then we can finish with a little bit of this little extra pink Himalayan salt. So the Korean apartments are super small. Bedroom today. But you know what they say, if you can make love in the kitchen, you can cook in the bedroom. That's what they say, right? All right, so for mine, this is in Celsius, so I usually do 185 for 10 minutes, and then after the 10 minutes, you just flip it over and go for like another few minutes, and then it's done. Now we gotta cook the rice, and the rice is super easy to cook. Okay, so you can measure yours out if you need to, but I don't like to measure mine out because mine has, my rice cooker has like a little indentation of how much is in there. So I just go off that. And now it's time to wash. Just add some room temperature water. There's a few different techniques you can use. This one here is called the, this is called the grab. And then if you want to try this is the shimmy. You can go with the shimmy, not too hard, though, nice and gentle. And then yeah, those are the two big ones. You can go for the swirl. Stick all your fingers in there and just kind of move it in small circles. First wash is the most important. It's kind of satisfying to see like all the white stuff come off. Once you drain out that old water, you can replace it with some fresh water and do it again. Maybe about 10 to 15 reps of the grab, and then hit a superset of the shimmy. The shimmy's a personal favorite. Yeah, see, the water's already getting a little more clear already. So people have always told me like how many times you gotta wash the rice. Some people just said like 2, some people say 3. I was doing 4 for a while because this girl I met told me to do 4 because her grandfather owned like a rice farm. So I was like, for sure she knows what she's talking about. And then this other girl told me like just do 2. And obviously her grandfather didn't own the rice farm. So I should have listened to the first girl because her grandfather owned the farm. But against my better judgment, I was doing twice for a while, and I don't know, just like, you don't really notice the difference. But sometimes I felt like after a few days, it just like didn't hold up as well. Also, it actually feels really good on your hand. It's like a little massage, kind of. All right, so the water is not clear. It's still a little murky, but like overall, I think it's pretty solid. So we're gonna go with it. All right, and now we have everything set up to get ready to go. You can throw in a little bit of salt if you want to. Some people like to do that. I personally don't really notice a difference, but okay, so now we got that going. All we have to do is super easy. Just drop it right in there. And the most important part is you gotta plug it in. That usually helps. That's a key pro tip right there. And then this says Bowen means like, I think just warming, and then Chesa is the actual cooking. So there's your Korean lesson for the day. Chicken's starting to boil finally. The rice is going and the steak's also going. So there's nothing to do right now. That's why I like this kind of meal prep, because you're not like sweating over the stovetop trying to like get everything cooked. You can just put everything in and then just wait. So now would be the time, if you're going to cook vegetables, now would be the time where you would cut up your vegetables and clean them and cook them. But like I said, I just do frozen vegetables, so I don't really have to worry about that. When I meal prep, I just take a bit out, take a bit of asparagus or whatever out, like a day before, just to thaw it, and then I put it in the refrigerator. Also, another thing is in Korea, like where I live in Seoul, like it's pretty common to not have like a conventional oven, and usually with the stovetops you only have about like 2 max. I haven't seen anybody with 4. So if you got if you have 4 stovetops in Seoul, then like you're balling out. So I'm just going off 2, and I don't even use 1 because it's pretty small. So really I just have 1. And back home I had 4 stovetops and an oven. So that was that kind of changes the meal prep a bit. So if you're in America and you're watching this, then your meal prep should be super easy. Even if you don't have an air fryer, you could just put the steaks in the oven. And even if you don't have a rice cooker, you can boil the rice on the stove. So even easier. So yeah, it's always a struggle. I think people think that meal prepping is like this long, difficult process, and you just don't have time for it. I think that's the biggest excuse, is people just don't have time for it. But we've only been cooking for 12 minutes and 15 seconds. So we still have 17 minutes and 40 seconds left. And I think we'll be looking all right. I don't know how long the rice actually takes, but I know the steak's usually 15, and then the chicken could be like maybe 20. Yeah, the worst thing about this meal prep is you gotta wash the chicken off. After it boils, there's like this little white, I don't know what it is. I looked it up and they called it imperfections, I think was the word they used on Google. But I don't know, just some like white schmegma kind of is caked onto the chicken. So after you're finished boiling it, make sure you wash it off with some cold water before you put it away, because it's going to be gross if you just put it right away after that and with all that stuff on it. So that's my tip. So yeah, super easy, not difficult at all. Now it'd be we're not even halfway through. So all right, so the 10 minutes of the steaks are up. There's a few little fatty parts in there. Also, don't judge me for my Mickey Mouse oven mitt. My ex gave it to me. R.I.P. She's not dead, but you know how that goes. All right, so we're gonna flip them. Gonna add a little bit more seasoning. And you see those fatty parts on there? I'm gonna cut those off when I finish cooking it. So don't worry, I got my scissors ready. All right, there we go. And like I said, we're gonna do these about like 5 more minutes, and then the steak will be done. The chicken, I don't know what's going on with the chicken, but the rice is sizzling away over here, so we're looking good. Something's happening. Yeah, all right, we'll see. All right, so the steaks are done. So like I said, before I put them in the refrigerator, I'm going to cut off some of the fat. Quick update, we got 6 minutes left basically. I don't know when the rice will be done, but that doesn't really matter that much. The chicken's popping off right now, so hopefully should only be a few more minutes. The timer's up. The steak's totally done. The rice, there's no timer, so I don't know. And the chicken, I think the chicken's done. So even though we didn't totally finish the entire meal prep in 30 minutes, we basically did anyway. Like let me cut one of these open. Yeah, the chicken's done too. So we're not like totally finished, everything's done in 30 minutes, but everything got cooked. And the only thing that we didn't do within that 30 minutes was wash the chicken off. But everything else got done. So all around success. I'm going to wash this chicken off and put it away. But yeah, so that's the meal prep. Like I said, we only cooked our proteins really and rice. And I forgot to mention also, I also use canned tuna a lot. So there's no prep for that, which is another nice thing. So I didn't cook a ton of chicken today because I like to eat at least like a can of, like 1 meal of tuna per day. So that's why we got that. And the rice is almost good. So yeah, let me know what you think. If you have any tips that could speed it up even more, or or if you think I did something wrong, maybe you're a fucking Michelin chef and you're like, dude, that goddamn chicken was it was a little under. I don't know, just anything at all. Good feedback, bad feedback, any kind of feedback would be greatly appreciated. But yeah, hope you enjoy. See you later, and don't forget to eat your fucking protein.